Ever been window shopping for a new EV, seen a massive range number, and thought, wow, that's incredible? Then you see another model with a much lower number and get totally confused. You're not alone. It all comes down to a confusing alphabet soup of testing standards: WLTP, CLTC, and EPA. Let's break it down so you can be a smarter EV buyer. First up, WLTP, which stands for Worldwide Harmonized Light Vehicle Test Procedure. This is the standard used in Europe and many other parts of the world. It's designed to be more realistic than older tests, using a mix of city and highway driving speeds. But it's still generally considered a bit optimistic. Think of it as the best-case scenario range. Next, let's talk about CLTC, the China Light Duty Vehicle Test Cycle. This is China's own standard, and it tends to produce the highest, most generous range numbers of all. Why? Because the test cycle focuses more on the low to medium speed stop-and-go driving that is common in many Chinese cities. Since EVs are super efficient at these lower speeds, the CLTC range can look amazing, but it might not reflect your reality if you do a lot of highway driving. Finally, there's the EPA standard from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. This is widely regarded as the most realistic and strictest test. It includes aggressive driving, high speeds, and even accounts for air conditioning use. When you see an EPA range, it's often the closest you'll get to real-world performance on a mixed driving route. It's the number you can probably trust the most. So, how do you compare these numbers when you're looking at different cars? There's no perfect formula, but here's a handy rule of thumb. To get a rough idea, you can convert from the more optimistic standards to the more realistic EPA figure. If you have a WLTP number, a good estimate is to multiply it by 0.88. So a car with a 500-kilometer WLTP range is roughly equivalent to a 440-kilometer EPA range. For the CLTC standard, the conversion is a bit steeper. You'll want to multiply the CLTC range by about 0.7. This means a car advertised with a 600-kilometer CLTC range might realistically deliver closer to 420 kilometers under EPA-like conditions. Remember, these are just estimates. Your actual range will always depend on your personal driving style, the weather, terrain, and how much you use features like heating or AC. The key is to understand what these labels mean. Don't just look at the biggest number. Consider which test standard is being used and use these quick conversions to get a more realistic picture. Now you're armed with the knowledge to decode those confusing EV range specs. Hopefully, this makes your electric car journey a little bit clearer. Thanks for watching, and if this helped you out, don't forget to like and subscribe for more EV tips. See you next time.